episode. That means that it's just some random gameplay of me talking about some random shit, not necessarily game related. We could be looking at the main menu for a half hour. It's just where I get to decompress. It's kind of like a, for the lack of a better term, it's like a gamer vlog. Whoa, 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 are you trying to have me canceled? Seriously, turn off that shit. So I'm trying the game out. Hey, who's honking at me? Eat a dick. We're taking a look at one of my favorite cars in the whole world, which is a 1987 Buick Grand National. Normally, you wouldn't think of a Buick being like a sports car, necessarily. But this is, from what I remember, what made this car really cool, apart from the obvious and me driving at like 80 kilometers an hour, it was one of the fastest quarter-mile cars or something like that, or 0 to 60 cars that you could get factory off the lot without having to do any upgrades. And the car, I think, if I'm not mistaken, again, factory, is a 6-liter. I don't even think it was an 8-liter car. So that's pretty cool. And I just really like this car. If you're curious about it, it only came out for a couple of years. Again, I'm not a car expert, but there it is right there. They don't normally have the big thing in the front there. The big thing in the front. You can tell I'm not good with the terminology of cars. Like the supercharger hood thingamabob. Hell if I know. The point of these videos, again, are just rambling, cruising around. I wish that mouse cursor would piss off. They fixed it in Horizon 4, but it took quite a long time. Right now, I'm just trying to discover some of the different roads. I was doing these a lot yesterday, and I kept noticing my rival was ahead of me by a couple of roads. See, I'm at 360. What's Akimbo at? Yeah, he went hog wild. 446, the little bastard. Anyways, he was at 350 yesterday, and every time I would get a couple, he was always like 30 or 40 ahead of me. Not that I'm competitive, but I ended up driving around for a while. See? See how I just fishtailed? And you could be thinking, well, of course, you just gave it a bunch of gas. Listen, you don't know gas until you've eaten a dozen eggs like I have. But that is why I don't like rear-wheel drive cars. For the most part. I like all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. You'll never fishtail like that with a front-wheel drive car. I'm gonna do this little bend here. And now I am going to... Oh, message center. What do I got? Okay. That wasn't all that fun there. Cars. Change car. Let's go to my front-wheel drive car. This one. Now this bugs me a little bit, and it's just one of those things because of how I grew up. I wasn't, in that world where they're dyslexic. This right here. Whoa, that throws me off, where your steering wheel is on the wrong side of the car. It just, I don't know if I can get used to that. It's so fucking off-putting. I mean, ultimately, in the end, it's the same shit. This is one of my favorite cars in the whole world, the CRX Honda Civic. Absolute fucking beaut of a vehicle. The problem is, what the fuck is that steering wheel doing on the other side? And I forget what game it was that I was playing that allowed you to switch the side. Oh, that's right. It's American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator. Because different parts of Europe, they don't all drive on the wrong side of the road. Right? But this is a front-wheel drive car. Exactly. Did you see that, though? Just how much better it handles as I run into or drive into the fence? You see where I'm going with this? Anybody knows that rear-wheel drive cars are meant for, you know, maybe more quarter-mile shit. I don't know. But there's definitely a scientific reason for it. I think it's because it's better to push from the back wheels than it is to pull from the front wheels. But when you're an artard like me with driving and you don't really know what you're doing, front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive tends to be better because it's much harder to fishtail. I had a Pontiac Sunbird 4-banger with a turbo. Bastard had like 180 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much, but for a little 4-banger, that was actually a decent amount of horsepower, and I think I ended up modifying it. This was like years ago. And I think I may have had it at around 2 or 220 horsepower. I had done a bunch of stuff to it. Not me physically, but the garage. And it was just a lot of fun. It was front-wheel drive. I would go... Look at that. I mean, I slipped a little bit there. And I'd go driving in the snow, and my buddies had Mustangs and Camaros. Oh, man. We'd be at a red light, let's say, like right here. Right here is, let's say, the red light, and it goes green. So they go to cross the intersection, stomp on the gas, turn left, and boom, that's it. They're fucking doing donuts all over the place. And I'm just like, yep. Just not very practical for North American all-year-round driving, right? That's why they kept their Corvettes and their other muscle cars for the summer. And I could just never stand that shit. I was like, give me a 4-banger. You know what I mean? Give me something that bangs, or not bangs, but that I can't even talk. That pulls from the front. I'm a puller, not a pusher. Anyways, not really doing anything. Just showcasing the game. Talking about nothing exciting. Look at that. That was money right there. That was a money shot. You want to see me do that with a Mustang and see how well I fare off taking a corner at almost 200 kilometers an hour? Okay, let's do it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's get into that shit. Let's get me my Mustang. One of my favorite cars in the world is this here Mustang. Oh, I fucking love this car, but I actually preferred... What was it? Not the hatchback like this one. The one that was... so I'm not good with cars, okay? I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about here. This is a hatchback, I think, because the whole hatch opens. Get it? I as it gets darker and I'm trying to show you something. I like the Mustang from that generation, but where the windshield didn't go up with the trunk, right? And it didn't have a spoiler. Essentially the same car, but anyways. Yeah, just stepping on the gas and I'm fishtailing. I didn't even turn the steering wheel. We know how well that's gonna go. Around the same speed, not even. There you have it, folks. There you have it. Oh, this one has the roll cage. I don't like the roll cage. Because when I'm inside, it takes up all that extra view away from me. I'm very OCD. We're gonna have to go fix that. I find when it comes to driving, though, overall, much easier when you're inside the car and I can actually see, like, my hands and the steering wheel move. I find that makes for a better experience, not just in terms of... I might as well grab the XP. In terms of the immersion, because I'm using a steering wheel, but I just find there's something about seeing the wheel. I'm a lot less likely to spin out of control. Whereas if I'm in third person like this, forget it. I can't see the hands and how much the wheel is turning. If that makes any sense. So if you ever struggle with that, maybe that could be a little... I don't know if trick is the word, but maybe a little bit of a tip. See, I can see how much the wheel is turning, so I don't oversteer and fishtail like a mad bastard. Now if I do it this way... Not too bad, but... See? I gave it the gas on purpose there. Completely fucking wiped out. But they all have their purposes. I know that there's that scientific reason again. I just don't fully know what that is. I could probably just look it up. I just haven't really cared enough about it to do so. And I don't find all the all-wheel drive cars handling that great either. I've fishtailed with some of them. But that Porsche, man, there's just something about it. Let's get into that. Where's that Porsche that I like, that I talk so highly of? Helps if I know the alphabet. There we go. That right there has to be one of my main babies. Don't let the 4 doors fool you, man, because this thing is an absolute monster. This car right here, the Toucan Taycan Turbo S. Now, this is the welcome package thing. Let me just show you the car. You can buy this. You just don't get the welcome pack version of it, but it's the same fucking car. It's a 2020 4-door Porsche. There it is, Toucan Sam Taycan Turbo S. I don't know if the S stands for sexy or super. Either which way, it doesn't really matter what it stands for. It's an electric car, and it's 4 doors, but let me let me tell you something. You want to off-road? You want to stay on the road? This is your car, and it is psycho fast. I mean, obviously I'm going slower now because I don't want to eat one of these trees. As I just plow through a bunch of the smaller ones. But yeah, this thing just opens right up. See, even though I'm sliding, and I did... Well, now I'm hitting the... I went in reverse there. You're not going to fishtail like a rear-wheel drive car. There's somewhere over here I wanted to explore as I got distracted. I looked at my mini-map and I went right into the trees. I'm doing a really good job of showing that this car is easy to handle. Sarcasm alert. There we go. But seriously though, this car, absolute monster. In my opinion, overall, like if I had to pick just like an overall car good for, you know, all purposes, like a jack of all trade. If you play World of Warcraft, this is the druid of cars. It can do a little bit of everything. It's absolutely phenomenal. Trying to find the road here. That's a real person, that dot there. But this game, the rain, the weather... Yeah, I know. I went a little crazy, but it would have been a lot worse had that been any other car. This is actually one of the ones I gotta do for my mission, but I don't want to record that. I don't. Last car I'm going to show you is actually a car I find handles well considering it's a rear-wheel drive car. These are a little bit different. I mean, they're both Dodge Charger RTs.
Horizon Arcade will begin shortly. Good luck.
Yeah, they're both literally the same car, except that's the Forza edition. It's got a couple of extra whatevers. I got it up to an S2 931. This one, fully loaded, was an 864. But let me get into this one. Just the way the wheels are, everything. I don't know, I can't explain it. Watch me completely fuck it up.
Why not say hello to the other drivers?
How about shut your mouth? I'm trying to record. But now it's raining. I don't know if rain affects the road like in Forza Horizon. I think it might. I don't know if weather is just an aesthetic thing or... I honestly don't know. I do know that when I'm not recording and I'm not getting distracted, for a rear-wheel drive car, it's not too shabby. Just like the performance of the game on my computer, as I fishtail, with my DSLR camera there, it's not that bad. It is affecting my frames a little bit, but overall, it's not too bad. Yeah, this is just an absolute dream to drive this car. Let's go straight because I know where I'm going here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just find for a rear-wheel drive car, this one's more noob-friendly. Watch me completely pull a fishtail here. I'm also not driving overly fast, but fast enough that other cars I would have fishtailed by now. A lot of fish in the other cars. That's the take from this video. Yeah, definitely much easier in the cockpit. You want to be in the pit of the cock to get better control. No cock, you're not going to get far. That applies to other situations as well, in which a... Oh, we're just going to end it there. That was cringy. But yeah, sure, if I'm not careful... Of course I could spin it out, right? Very easily. Just wish I could get rid of that spoiler. I hate spoilers with a passion. I'm like the anti-spoiler guy. At least it's not like an airplane wing. Gotta love those people with the Honda Civics. Right? Their car sounds like a bumblebee in heat. Or whatever the hell it sounds like. And they have these wings on it. You swear they ripped it right off like a fucking Cessna airplane and just tacked it onto the back of their car. Their car can't even go fast enough to take off. But yeah, the dirt accumulation, the lighting, the dust, the smoke, it's definitely a step up from 4, and in terms of the environment, I would argue that this is just a better game. Oh my god. Don't ask me what that was. Alright, I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Slowly here. And on my own, I'm gonna do my, my mission there. But yeah, the weather, the lighting, everything, it just makes such a big difference. And I actually even took off... Did I take it off for the sake of... it can handle it. It can handle it. MSA on 4. I even had this on 8, to be honest. Oh, I do have FXA on. Yeah, see, I got ray tracing off. Yeah, let's... Why not? Just because we're fucking crazy like that. Oh, nice. It's not telling me that I gotta reset my car, or my game to do it. Ray tracing is nice, but... Anyhow. Don't really know what else to ramble on about. I hope that you got an idea of what cars I like, if you even give a rat's ass as to what I like. You've clearly learned that I'm not a fan of rear-wheel drive cars, but that the Dodge Charger RT is a... Look at that. That wasn't too bad, even though I wasn't going fast. Had that been another car, that's it. I'd be fishtailing like a mad bastard. Alright, if you've got any questions, you can ask me down below. That does not mean I'm going to have the answer. But you can try and see what happens. And, like I do for all my episodes, like FIFA came out, NBA came out, NHL came out, I do all these episode 1s, and then you don't really hear from me ever again in that game, and that's because all these fucking games keep coming out, and it's hard for me to keep up with. After a while, it starts to trickle and slow down because the hype behind these games completely die, right? So like 3 months from now, you think I'm going to be like, hey guys, welcome to episode 73. It's probably like beating a dead horse. It's dead. Like it's gone, right? The hype is completely just annihilated. So everybody by now, or by then, will have fully grasped what this game looks like, etc. And again, don't forget to check Game Pass. There's a lot of deals. I got mine for $1, and then accidentally ended up buying the full fucking premium game for $150. Or $147.64. Whatever. I rounded it up to $160 or $150. Listen, I wish we could turn our cars off. Just to hear, you know, the beautiful sounds of nature. But I guess technically we can do that, because if we go back to... Again, I gotta know my alphabet. Take it all in. Seriously! What are you doing? That's right, get out. You see that? That's relaxing. That's what I'm talking about. And the car is on. And I'm already doing 200K. Alright, enough rambling. You liked the video? Thumbs up. You didn't like it? Thumbs down, and I'll break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe, I mean, obviously that would be great. I mean, after all this wonderful content you just fucking saw, you're just dying for more. And if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Stop. Alright, bye for now.